Hey everyone, it's Gabriel here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about one of my money habits and how I'm using these money habits to buy expensive stuff for free. Now this is how I've been getting stuff like iPad, MacBook, iPhone, all for free. And recently, Tesla started taking orders in Singapore and I really want to buy it. But it costs around $154,000 to buy a Model 3. And that is not even including the price of COE, which is a certificate to drive a car in Singapore for 10 years, and that will cost around $40,000 to $45,000. And if you include road tax and insurance, it will probably add up to a total of $200,000 just to drive a Model 3 in Singapore. Yup, it is that expensive to drive a car in Singapore, and it's not just a Tesla. It can cost between $100,000 to $200,000 just to drive a Toyota in Singapore. In fact, a few months ago, I wrote a post on my Facebook on how I realized it cost me at least $500,000 just to drive my Lexus GS300 for the last 10 years. And how stupid it is to buy a car in Singapore unless you are super rich. That post went crazy viral on Facebook, and I'll include the link in the description if you're interested to read it after this video. So I've learned my lesson, and instead of buying outright a Tesla, I'm going to show you how I'm going to get it for free in the years to come with this money habit I've adopted over the years. Once again, if you're new to this channel, I appreciate the early thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to my channel where I release a new video every week on business, marketing, productivity, and personal finance for entrepreneurs. These are my experience from building multiple 7-figure and 8-figure businesses from my home by optimizing my entire life, and I'm also on a journey of investing my profits made from my business for absolute financial freedom, which has allowed me to travel the world, do the things I love with the people I love. I'll also be giving out courses on how I build and scale a business online worth thousands of dollars that I don't sell for free. Now, I run an ad to my subscriber for the giveaways, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see that. As usual, I want to first share with you a quick story on how I've come to form this habit, because I believe it's more important to share with you the why instead of just the how. Over the years, I've come to realize that making a lot of money does not make you rich. You see, when I was in my early 20s, I rose up to become a top sales leader of a sales company. I grew my sales team to over 2,000 people, and I made millions in my early 20s through sales commissions. Unfortunately, I found that this company I worked for 7 years is a Ponzi scheme, and I had to end up going to court to testify against my previous boss and all sorts of drama stuff. And that's another story for another time. But what's interesting is that when I left the company and I lost my income, I had nothing left, even though I was making a lot of money. You see, I was good at making money, but I was not good at keeping it. Now, you've probably seen articles and news of like athletes and superstars who were making millions of dollars, but only to end up with nothing by the end of their careers. And I was something like that. I was partying every other night, some nights spending up to $10,000 per night. And I stupidly spent like $100,000 on my 21st birthday just to show how well I'm doing, because, you know, I'm just an insecure kid. I had 2 cars, a chauffeur, so I look cool, and I stay in expensive city area in Marina Bay, Singapore, and I was a gambler frequenting high rollers table in the casinos. And I also lost a bunch of money in shady investments, including the company that I've worked for. And I bought a lot of stupid stuff, including a $1,000 umbrella like this. This is from Burberry, and I don't even know why I buy this. And now this is sitting in my office to remind myself of how stupid I was back in the day. So when I had a reset in my life, it was a tough but humbling experience. I've lost everything, all my friends, all my money, and even my car was towed away in front of my then girlfriend. But thank God this turns out to be a blessing in disguise, as she stayed with me, and because of that I knew that she loved me for who I am and not because of my money, and eventually we got married. But here's the point, my biggest takeaway is that I did not manage my money well. And if I don't learn to manage my money well and I start to do well again, I would blow that money away, and I wasn't about to repeat that mistake. So I started to adopt several money habits, and one of which is what I'm going to share with you right now on how I buy expensive stuff for free and how it has made me a millionaire. So in the past, I would just buy things I want, anything I want on impulse. But now I've made a habit to invest the same amount whenever I'm going to spend on something that I want, not something that I need. Now this means that if I were to buy an iPhone for $2,000, I'm going to need $4,000, so that I have $2,000 to buy and $2,000 to invest. And this does 2 things. Number 1, that means that if I want to buy something, I will need 2 times the amount of money or more, and this stops me from doing any impulse buying. And it really makes me ask myself if I really need this or do I just want it. Number 2, if the additional money that I use to invest doubles in value over the next few years, I'm essentially getting the stuff that I bought for free. Now this is true for Apple products. I love Apple and I buy a lot of Apple products. In fact, most of my stuff is Apple. See, I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, I have a Apple Watch, I have an AirPods, I have an iMac, I have a MacBook, and all these things cost a lot of money. So I invest the same amount of money that I'm going to buy Apple products into Apple stocks. And over the past few years, Apple stocks have consistently grown and more than doubled. So if I buy an iPhone for $2,000 and invest $2,000 into Apple stocks, that $2,000 in Apple stocks have more than doubled, making my iPhone free. And now I'm going to approach the same principle with Tesla. Okay, so Tesla just opened their sales in Singapore, and this is the website. And one Tesla Model 3 Performance will cost a total of about $154,000, as you can see here. And again, this doesn't include COE, the price of COE, and with road tax and all that kind of stuff. COE is about $41,000 to $46,000 Cat A and Cat B, just to drive for 10 years. And if you add in road tax and insurance and everything, that will cost about $200,000, just like I described at the beginning of this video. Now, see, the thing is that I already have a car, so this is a want and not a need. And instead of buying the car outright, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I've decided to invest this amount of money into Tesla stocks instead of the car first. And I'm going to show it to you right now so that I'm transparent and I walk the talk and not just another YouTuber giving advice just for the views and not doing what they are actually advising. So I'm going to show you my brokerage account right now, and ignore the rest of this sell and stuff like that. But for the last 20 days, right, this is from February 5th, I have been buying Tesla stocks. As you can see, ticker symbol TSLA, Tesla. And this is the amount of quantity of stocks that I bought for Tesla. And if you look at the status here, unfortunately I can't filter this out, but you can see that there are some failed. There are some that has expired, rejected. So I'm going to shift this entire thing into a sort of like a spreadsheet, and we can calculate how much total Tesla stocks that I've bought over the last 20 days. Okay, so I've put it into a simple spreadsheet, and this is the order history filtered by Tesla, and these are all the different, these are all the Tesla stocks that I've just showed you earlier. And as you can see, there's some working, rejected, failed, expired. So the main thing we want is the failed one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete away those that are not failed, okay, so that we have a better clarity of the numbers. Okay, so delete selected row. As you can see, right, this is the total amount of money. All failed meaning that this order has been filled. I've already bought it. So this is the price that I bought, because Tesla has been dropping recently and I've been dollar cost averaging. This is the quantity of Tesla stocks I've been buying over the last 20 days based on the dates here. And as you can see, in total, I've bought $161,000 worth of Tesla stocks. And this is in US dollars. So I'm going to go here and how much is it? $161,000. Okay. That will be total of $213,000 in Sing dollars of Tesla stocks. So when Tesla stocks double in the next few years, which I believe it will, then if I were to buy a Tesla, it will be free. Now, I do want to stress that this video isn't about telling you to invest in which company or invest in Apple or invest in Tesla. I personally have conviction in Tesla because I have been buying over the last year, and I believe it will more than double over the next few years. And this doesn't mean that you have to buy the actual company of whatever products you want to buy, because there are some companies that are not listed, or there are some companies, even though they are listed, the company isn't doing very well. So it does not mean that if you want to buy games, you go and buy GameStop shares. The key thing to take away here is the principle of investing before you spend. There are already a lot of investment channels out there doing their analysis of different stocks. So I'm not an investment guru. I'm not going to recommend you anything. All I'm trying to share with you is the principles and the habit of investing before you spend. So I'm just sharing my own journey, and the idea is to pick a few companies, do your research, and once you are convicted in the long-term plans of this company, just dollar cost average and invest consistently. I've been buying Tesla stocks for the past 1 year, so this $160,000 I'm adding is just dollar cost averaging to me. Again, the keyword here is long-term. I'm not afraid of the short-term up and down because I'm holding the stock for the next 5 to 10 years. And honestly, if you're not confident to hold something for the next 5 to 10 years, you shouldn't be buying it. So, in summary, just making money alone isn't going to make you rich. you have to learn to keep the money that you make. And I adopt several money habits, one of which includes setting aside 2 to 3x amount of money whenever I want to buy something I consider a want and not a need. And I invest that money in something I'm convicted will grow over the long term. Now, this is just one of my money habits, and if you're interested in other money habits I have that made me a millionaire in my late 20s, let me know in the comment section below and I'll consider doing another video on it. And let me know as well what is your biggest takeaway so far. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button, as creating videos like this requires a lot more effort than you think, and this will help my channel greatly. You can also subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell where I release new videos every week on business, marketing, productivity, and personal finance for entrepreneurs. So that's all I have for you guys today. Bye for now.